welcome back to the DC Show 12 podcast. I am Zack,
And I'm Kyler.
and unfortunately, Eric Diaz cannot join us today. He is currently attending some business for Showmax on our behalf. So we are here to discuss the finale of WandaVision. We were a bit late, but we had things to do, but we're finally here. And
Yes.
I'm just gonna get right into this. This was a not good finale, Kyler. This was trash.
I
I
mean, hey,
honestly felt like Ryan Johnson wrote and directed this episode.
true. Very, very
Uh,
true.
so many disappoint. I mean, the
Mhm.
biggest thing for me is they plant this because this whole show it's built on theories. They're making you remember with that little bug on the window. You're like, oh my god, that's Mephisto. Like they're intentionally making everyone think things are gonna happen. You bring in Quicksilver, right?
Mhm.
And then he's just a joke, an actor,
Mhm.
Agatha's husband. I'm
Yeah.
disgusted. This I was so angry. Like Marvel
Mhm.
doesn't I get that the X-Men movies aren't like a lot of people. I mean, I like the X-Men
Mhm.
movies. I've always liked them.
Yeah, no,
Some are better
absolutely.
than some are better than others,
Mhm.
but I feel like this would have been such a cool little. You don't have to bring them all, but if you just brought him, that would have been such a cool like
Mhm.
I don't know, just such a cool moment. And they chickened out and they just made him an actor.
Mhm.
And I honestly punched my TV. But yeah. So what
Just
did you think about that, man? What
Oh
did you think about
man,
that moment?
so here's something I feel like. I feel like we would have enjoyed WandaVision better if it were for a couple of things. One, if they actually, did say that, oh, Quicksilver, Evan Peters' Quicksilver was from the X-Men, and not
Yep.
just a joke, because it gets me frustrated. Like, why would you bring that specific actor? Like, in no
They
way
could have
is
brought
he
anybody else. Anybody
exactly.
else.
If they wanted someone to look similar, wouldn't you choose a more of a, Brazilian guy or like whoever,
Yep.
he was.
Exactly.
But they brought Evan Peters,
That's
that
like
actor. It's like,
yeah, that's like if they in the next Spider-Man movie, if they like bring Toby in and oh my god, they're like, yo, it's
mhm,
it's Toby and Andrew, and then they're
uh,
like, oh no, we're just the pizza delivery guys. Like, no,
exactly,
dude. Like
exactly.
everyone knows this actor plays him.
Mhm.
It was just bad, man.
Yeah, no. And then another thing would be that let's just say if we actually did have these episodes, right, and they didn't change anything, then just
Yep.
release it all at once cuz
Yep.
weekly just wasn't the right mood for it. And I think even Kevin Feige knew when he was trying to talk to Disney about it, but Disney's like, "No, no, no, we got to make money. No, 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 I got to make it weekly."
Exactly. Well,
Yeah,
I think
no.
that's the problem. I
Yeah.
agree with you because the thing is like whenever Netflix releases a show, it's all at once, right? But the
Exactly.
problem is WandaVision, the week the week hurt the
Mhm.
show because it gave people way too much time to theorize.
Mhm.
And all of the theories that we all created was better
Mhm.
than what was actually in the show, you know?
Exactly, cause imagine watching, Stranger Things, which is like 50 minutes to an hour long,
Yep.
and like if you just see weekly, you would just be overthinking with theories and all that, and when it actually does come, you're just gonna be disappointed. But if you just see it all at once, you'll be like, you know what, this was a good season because you just see it all at
Yep.
once, And again, I just don't see the problem why they didn't release it all at once because even in episode 5, they basically recapped all the stuff that was going on, So
Yeah,
again,
and
they
I
should have
think
just released it all at once, because if we're for at least like the first half of the week when WandaVision came out, we were just waiting weekly for sitcoms. And it's like I don't
yep.
have a problem with that, but it's like we should not be waiting that long just to see another sitcom.
Yeah, that's true. And I think it was funny because in the beginning of the show, like, remember how we were all kind of like, oh, the sitcom's cool, but like,
Yeah,
let's get to the actual stuff. And then
exactly.
as we were getting to the end of the season, I'm like, I just want to be back at the sitcoms. I like that stuff
Exactly.
better. Like,
Exactly.
like
Like the
everyone was like,
sitcoms were
we need
actually
to know,
more
we need to know.
entertaining. Like the
They
sitcoms were
were,
actually
they
more
were.
entertaining, not gonna lie.
I agree. I really think that, like, and I'm not like being negative on the whole season because I
Mhm.
think honestly, but I think right around episode 6 or 7, things were going great.
Mhm.
I was into it.
Yeah.
And then episode 8 was a recap, which was
Mhm.
great because we learned a lot about Wanda and all. But
Yeah.
when you're gearing up towards a finale,
Mhm.
it wasn't the right placement for that episode, or we needed an
Exactly.
episode 10
Mhm.
because then when you get to episode 9,
Mhm.
a lot of things,
Yeah.
everything was rushed. Everything
Exactly.
was so rushed. Like
Exactly.
that whole fight in the sky, and
Mhm.
then the biggest, most. So
Mhm.
White Vision comes back.
Mhm.
Him and Vision. Now this part I liked how they didn't fight. They
Mhm.
kind of like talked to each other. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
that was very cool.
Mhm.
But this whole series is about Wanda's grief, right?
Mhm.
She has to learn to let go. And
Mhm.
then what did I say last podcast? I was right. I said I knew they were going to do this.
Mhm.
Somehow Vision is going to come back and her kids are going to come back. So this whole thing was for nothing.
Exactly. Exactly. 100% agree. Because her kids are gonna come back because of that post-credit scene of Wanda having the
Yep.
book, and that's obviously how she's gonna open the multiverse. But why in a post-credit scene is she opening up in the multiverse? It should happen in this season. Because if Kevin Feige is saying, "Oh, the
Yep.
events from WandaVision is gonna affect Spider-Man, Doctor, Strange," but it's like how? It was basically
Yeah.
sitcoms that everything got resolved. Unless if you're just saying that one post-credit scene is gonna have this huge effect on people. It's like what?
Yeah.
Because imagine if the Thanos snap was a post-credit scene. It's like
I know. I
it's
know.
off. It's like that's not a right place to put a post-credit scene. That's something you put at the end of it, not a post-credit scene.
Yeah. And then the
And
other post credit scene with Monica was like, I mean,
exactly. And here's
it's
something
cool,
that
but like they're setting up a movie that's coming out in like 2020. Who knows? Like, let's set up
exactly,
Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. Like, let's,
exactly. Not true. And something about Monica is that they don't really go into her powers at all. She's like saying, "Oh, you know what? I have these powers. Cool. Gonna keep it. Not gonna make a whole exaggeration about it." It's like,
yeah. They
wouldn't
they
you?
just completely forgot her in the whole episode. They
Exactly.
forgot about her. They forgot about Darcy. And then don't even get me started on freaking Hayward. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
exactly.
He has to be one of the worst villains of all time in the
To be
MCU.
honest, he really is.
He is terrible.
Mhm.
I thought there was gonna be like you were saying, maybe he's Ultron. Maybe
Mhm.
there's some big thing. Nah, he's
Exactly.
just a guy. He's just a guy.
Yeah, no, exactly. And again, like if he wasn't Ultron, again, I would be fine with that. I wasn't
Exactly.
expecting high, but again, he was just a worse villain. His intentions were just,
Yeah.
just
I
I
mean,
don't know,
what do
it
we
was
even
boring.
know about him? We know nothing
Exactly.
about him. And
Exactly.
then Agatha, we barely know anything about her.
Exactly. My huge problem was with Agatha because she was just barely used. She was just useless in this,
Yeah.
episode. Again,
Well,
because
just
even.
think.
Mhm.
No, go ahead. You're good.
Oh no, I was about to say because even with her and Wanda fighting, it was just them playing catch. That's basically the whole fight. Them playing catch with each other. And it was
Yeah.
just stupid, in all honesty, my
Yeah.
opinion.
And like the whole thing is, remember how in the last episode we talked about, that little origin story for Agatha, right?
Mhm.
So remember in this episode when Wanda like brought
Mhm. Yeah.
Agatha to that?
Mhm.
Agatha never explained her backstory to Wanda, so how did Wanda
Exactly.
know that?
Exactly. To be
There's
honest. Oh no,
the
because I
plot hole.
think no. Well, no, because I think it was that during that scene from the episode before when when Agatha is like having Wanda in her mind, maybe she did show her that scene. I would
I
assume.
don't know. I don't
Or
think so though,
maybe,
because
or
no,
maybe it's
she
because.
said she said you can't get in my mind, remember?
Hmm?
She said
Oh
I'm
no,
not letting
because
you in my
she
mind.
was in the whole thing because she was in that room with
Oh
all the
yeah, yeah,
symbols and
yeah.
all that, so she could have done that. Or it's because she did the same thing to Iron Man really when she saw his dark memories, and that was towards the
Yeah.
future. So how did Wanda know about the space
Yeah, so
aliens?
maybe she just has like maybe when she access people's minds,
She
she
can
could just
go
like,
to their greatest fears and all that. So
yeah,
I feel like
exactly.
that's
That's true.
probably why. I feel like that's probably why. Getting out plot
Well,
hole,
you know
but
what? You just saved the show a little bit
I
there, Pat.
know.
You just
I'll
helped
give
it.
what credit's due. I won't like full on hate it, but I will give what
No,
credit's
that's
due.
true. That's true. That's
I
true.
will definitely give full on credit. And then, shoot, there was something else. Oh, right. This season is just a full recap of Mando, basically.
Yep.
Because here's what Mando did. Because you were saying the exact same thing, where they can't just have this whole recap for episode 8, and then episode 9 had this finale because then it's gonna get rushed. That's basically what Mando did. They just wasted all the episodes with filler, and for finale,
Yep.
what did we get? Just a rushed finale, really, with
Yeah.
short fights, between Mando and Moff. Same thing with Vision and White
Wait, they didn't even
Vision,
fight,
Agatha and Wanda.
really.
Just short fights.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Because it's like if you're gonna have all this time to make these episodes, you should definitely build up to the finale. That way, people are excited.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
again, that's something I hope Falcon and Winter Soldier does better. It's just to build that finale. Especially with this
Yeah.
being like full cinematic and all that. So hopefully, it does build
Yeah.
to a better finale than what Wanda and Mando failed to do. So,
Yeah, definitely.
so we'll definitely have to see about that.
Yeah. And then yeah, and the other big thing is,
Hmm.
like I'm not mad that there wasn't any surprise cameo. I'm not
Yeah,
like,
no.
hey,
Yeah,
because
no,
listen, we
again,
didn't
you
have
know.
time for that. We didn't have time for that.
Mhm.
We had to
Exactly.
we had to keep going with the story, and that's not the problem. It's just there's so many like things that don't like. Remember in the episode when Agatha was like on top of that building and all the townspeople were coming at Wanda?
Mhm.
They basically were saying to Wanda like, you're like holding us hostage. Like the one person was like, my daughter can't leave her room.
Mhm.
Like that's how bad it is. At the end of the episode, Wanda walks by all of the people, doesn't say I'm sorry, walks by all of them, and then Monica goes, "If I was you, I would have did the same thing." What? 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 You
That's
would have.
not the point of
I'm
the
gonna I'm gonna
episode.
quote I'm gonna quote Angry Joe right here. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind?
What's the
Come on,
point
man.
in saying that line if the whole point was for her to stop all of it? And like, oh no, I would have done the same thing. Yeah, you made a dumb move. Why would you stop that? Like, what the heck?
Yeah. And then
That's-
that's another thing. Remember how like in the past episodes we were like, "Oh my gosh, like Monica's gonna save Wanda." They were
Mhm.
setting that up.
Exactly.
Nah, they
Nah,
just forgot about. And then Darcy just crashes a car.
exactly. That's all that car hype was for, just for her to
And then
crash it.
Jimmy Woo did nothing either. Jimmy Woo did nothing.
Exactly.
They had
Exactly.
a
It's like,
little scene. That was it.
mhm.
They kind
Exactly.
of just forgot about everyone.
To be
They forgot
honest,
about everyone.
they just said, "Hey, let's make it finale," and again, I just feel like it was rushed. The
I
only
mean,
good thing that will come out of this episode is Wanda's new look as the Scarlet Witch, because again, I
yeah,
actually
that was
like
cool. That was
that
cool.
look was definitely cool. We
Yeah,
have White Vision, which is probably gonna be probably Doctor Strange into Madness. We'll see how that goes. And
yeah.
then we have this book, which is gonna open the multiverse. But again, they should have definitely explained how exactly she's gonna do it. It's like.
No,
They
definitely.
should have
Yeah,
set that up towards the end and not really a post credit scene.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
And the other thing is, how does Wanda even know how to do that? Because we've
Exactly.
only seen
Cause
Doctor
she
Strange do
she
that.
even said herself, "I don't cast spells. I'm not a witch." It's like, so what? Did
Yeah,
you magically now know? It's like,
exactly. And then the
oh.
other biggest plot hole, and the only way they can get out of this if they say he was in another dimension.
Mhm.
Agatha says that Wanda is the second most powerful wizard or witch,
Mhm.
right under the Sorcerer Supreme, who's Doctor Strange,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me that Doctor Strange is not gonna come to fight two of the most powerful witches
Mhm.
in the whole world? No, no,
Exactly.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
Come on, Marvel. Come on now. That's just
Exactly.
bad.
Mhm.
Unless he was doing something else, which maybe he was,
Yeah. No.
but I don't
Yeah.
know.
We'll
We'll
have
have to
to
see
wait and
on.
see. I know. Cause
But yeah,
a question I have is that is Doctor Strange into madness before or after Spider-Man No Way Home? Do we know
like when
that?
it comes out.
Well, like in timeline wise.
Yeah, we don't know that. We don't know that
Yeah.
because
Okay.
I know that Spider-Man comes out first,
hmm
and then
Yeah, and then
Doctor
it's
Strange
Doctor
comes out
Strange.
second.
I just meant like timeline as to where the movies are, connected. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Because we know
Yeah. I don't know.
WandaVision's before Far From Home. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Remember how in Far From Home we saw J. Jonah Jameson come back,
Mhm.
and then we thought, oh, that was because Wanda opened the multiverse, and that's how. Nah, nah, Wanda. Nah, nah, nah. We're not gonna do that.
That's what I'm scared for. This No Way Home. Because imagine if Toby, Andrew, Electro, Doctor Octopus, right, all come back only just to be like, oh no, we always lived here. What are you talking about? We're not from
Yeah,
the multiverse. We're from
I
here.
know. I'm really scared that's
I'm a
gonna
pizza
happen.
delivery guy. It'll be like people will just get disappointed and straight up leave the theaters. Because I know I
I
would.
definitely will.
I would 100% would for sure.
Oh, we would be out of there, man. We would be out of there.
Exactly. The
Yeah,
second they
I'm
say
scared that's
that.
gonna happen
Mhm.
because if Spider-Man comes right after this, like they did not set up a multiverse. So how would
Mhm.
Andrew and Toby and all these other people come back?
Exactly. No. Because here's something that's off. That in Far From Home. Um. Mysterio, talks about the
Yep.
multiverse, right, and on all that. If it's real, right, you would assume that he got it from somewhere. But
Yeah.
again, they just don't set it up that well. They should have said that Wanda opened up the multiverse. That's how Mysterio knew about this multiverse. That's why Nick Fury and all them believed him in that. Again, just
Yeah.
wasted potential, in all honesty.
And then in Far From Home, they basically made it out like Mysterio was lying and that
Mhm.
there isn't even a multiverse anyway.
Exactly, to be honest. But now they're saying, oh, no, 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 there is. It's like.
The only thing that gives me hope for Spider-Man 3 is that, I mean, Doctor Strange is called the multiverse of madness.
Mhm.
Multiverse,
Yeah.
multiverse. So I think, and again, look, let's be honest. as soon as Marvel found out that DC was doing the multiverse kind of thing,
Yeah.
they said, no, 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 we got to do it. We got to do it. We got to do it.
Exactly. And I feel like
So
that's why the finale for WandaVision was rushed because when DC started doing it, they're like saying, "Oh no, 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 you have to put multiverse, you have to put multiverse," you know.
yeah, I agree. And I was reading something else, and they said that there was originally going to be 10 episodes, and then that kind of got changed. And I think, like, I'm not saying there's a release the Snyder cut, like it's not like that, but I'm just saying the people behind the show probably did have a more concrete, because they were even saying that there were talks to bring Doctor Strange into it, but Marvel kind of said don't do that. So, you know, at the end of the day, we can't fully blame anyone behind the show because
Yeah,
we don't know. Marvel might have made them do all of this. You know, they might have
exactly.
said,
No,
no,
true.
you can't have. There is no multiverse now. You know, because who knows? Maybe things were changing. You know,
Hmm.
um, but yeah, I just hope that as we move, hopefully that we do see, because if we don't see Andrew and Toby, man, there's gonna be so many people that are disappointed.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, for
Like,
sure, for sure.
that's gonna be
Because I'm pretty
bad.
sure what they already confirmed Electro and Doctor Octopus to be in this movie, right? I feel like those were the two
Yeah, well,
confirmed.
not officially confirmed, but like those are like they've been reported on by like Deadline, and those
Ah,
are
gotcha.
anytime they
Hmm.
say stuff, it's legit,
Yeah, not true. Okay, gotcha,
basically. Yeah,
gotcha, gotcha.
and they say he was returning as Electro, and they said he was returning as Doc Ock, so that how it would have to be multiverse,
Exactly true. You know.
unless they just say, oh no, they're just gonna they've been here the whole time. I'm your neighbor,
Exactly.
remember?
Yeah, exactly. They're just scientists. Like, come
We're
on.
actors named Ralph,
Yeah, we're
just
actors
like
named
Quicksilver.
Ouch.
Mhm.
Yo.
But yeah, I think that's everything I have. So do you
Yeah,
have any
no. Like same thing. Like what would you
last minute?
give this whole series? As a series, what would you rate it?
That's a good
Yeah.
question, because
As a series.
I loved so much of it. I really did.
Yeah, no.
But a show is just important as its ending, and
Mhm.
I think a lot of factors made it not a great finale,
Mhm.
and really not a great last 2 episodes.
Mhm.
Episode 8 was great, but we needed this story things were progressing so quickly. We just found out in episode 7 that Agatha is like our
Mhm.
big bad,
Yeah, exactly.
and it kind of just slowed down, and then everything went by in like 20 minutes, and then our finale was over.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I think as a series, probably like a 7,
Mm.
because I think a lot of it's very, very good work. I
Yeah,
do.
no.
I think this finale, a 7 or an 8, because you can't deny, man, there was so much though in those first episodes, like the way they were just kept shifting times and aspect ratios. Like you could tell so much work was
Mhm.
put into the show.
Oh, absolutely.
And the acting was great, and I did like Vision and Wanda were developed a lot. We really did learn a lot about them. I wish that, and I like Vision, but I wish that this kind of would have been our goodbye to Vision,
Mhm.
because it feels a little bit like literally Loki's back,
Mhm.
Vision's back. I'm sure Gamora is going to be back. So
Oh,
all of these
100%.
deaths just mean nothing.
Mhm.
And but yeah, and then for this episode,
Yeah.
not good.
Not
Probably like
good.
a 5 or a 6. I did not like it that much at all.
No.
But yeah. So what do you think?
I completely agree, and I'll just start from the beginning to end where, in the beginning, we're getting this, sitcom. We introduced to the sitcom, as WandaVision, as a series, and
Yeah.
progressively with the ending for episode 1, we're getting this hype that, oh, Swords can be involved, and all that. And, we were progressing, progressing. And again, I like the sitcoms as well, I really do. And I like the little, hidden secrets that people try to figure out. And
Yeah.
then in I think it was episode 5 where they basically did a recap from another person's point of view about what's going on. Even
Yep.
like leaving out some details about saying Agatha is possibly the villain because they couldn't find her, and all that stuff, while confirming our theories as well. Saying that, oh, these are innocent people and all that and
Yeah.
all that stuff. And again, like at the time I wasn't big on theories like oh, it's Mephisto, it's Ultron, because I just feel like that's just
Yeah.
way too much for a series this small. That's why I was
Yeah.
like, so I wasn't expecting anything, big, but I was just expecting something, And then in episode 6 where we got, back to sitcom, I was like, oh, here we go, another sitcom. They did something where it's like we have both of the views, We have Wanda's view and then we have like a
Yep.
Monica's view. I thought that was really cool, and how they're just setting up Monica to, like save Wanda in a way, because we saw the
Yep.
interactions between Wanda and Monica, and we've been doing that as well for episode 7 as well. But then when it came to episode
Yep.
8 through 9, I felt like that was just the biggest letdown because when I first saw episode 8, I get the recap just to explain how this all happened. But again,
Yeah,
I was so worried that they were not going to have as much time to develop a finale like they did in Mando.
and we
Because,
were right.
no, because the same thing happened with Mando when episode 7, I believe, was just another filler. The finale
Yep.
was just rushed and just too short. And then I'm pretty sure when we got the news that it was only going to be 50 minutes, we were like, yeah, it's going to be
And
crap.
this wasn't even. It was. I mean, if you take out them 7 minute credits
Mhm.
and you take out the beginning, this was like a 40-ish minute episode. That's not
Exactly.
enough for a finale, man.
Exactly. Even like the director was saying, yeah, people are going to get disappointed with the fan theories. Even the
Yeah.
director said, yeah, you guys are going to be disappointed.
I mean, that's
because
yeah.
because
That's
again,
yeah.
again for this finale, I wasn't expecting anything big, but if you're just going to set up these points, right, with Monica, having these powers and all that,
Yeah.
Agatha being this huge villain, you have to at least, develop it better, as well as like Jimmy Woo, Darcy, again, useless character,
They were
and
just
in my opinion,
forgotten. They were just
they're
forgotten.
forgotten, like as I forgotten her in like in Dark World.
Yeah.
you
Yeah. No.
know.
I mean, that's
Mhm.
the thing when they bring in these characters, like, yo, I can't imagine what they're gonna do with Darcy and
Mhm.
Jimmy. Oh no,
No,
nothing.
no, just nothing. And again, that's just the points I were just disappointed with. But as a series, again, I would give it a 7. I wouldn't give it an 8, just due to the finale and how much they didn't, develop it better. Just because
Yeah.
again, they had all these good plot points to, develop, but again, they
Wasted
didn't.
potential.
Wasted potential, and they just didn't do it. They didn't take that potential, and that's why I'm just gonna give it 7 out of 10 because I did like the sitcoms and all that. I actually prefer them
Yeah.
better than the finale.
Me
But
too.
again, I feel like we would have enjoyed this better if this was all released at once. 100%, I
Yep.
think we have all
Because then
because
we
we
wouldn't have had so much time to be like, yo, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that.
exactly, exactly, and we would have been like, all right, it was all right, because again, we wouldn't have
Yep.
time to develop those theories, and again, they had an episode specifically just to recap stuff, from episode 5 about what's going on, and again, it would have been perfect, but
Yep.
Disney being the money keepers that they are. Decided,
I mean,
nah,
we know they pay us sometimes. I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
I
But
didn't
yeah,
mean
no.
that.
But again, I would give it a 7 out of 10. As for finale, again, I would give it a 5 or 4, just because they wasted so many potentials.
Yo, Kyler's on fire. He
Yeah, yeah.
said
I'm sorry,
five
man.
or
I'm
four.
sorry. I'm sorry, man. They just wasted potential.
Nah, I hear you, man. I hear you.
But as a
Definitely.
series, 7 out of 10. Finale, just 4 or 5 out of 10, man.
I hear you, man. I hear you. It
And
was
I'm just,
disappointing.
yeah, no. And I just hope that they do so much better in Falcon Winter Soldier, just because.
Yes.
Because the way I want to view this series is just mini movies. That's all I want to view it as.
Yep.
Just short mini movies with episodes.
Exactly. Yeah.
So hopefully they.
Well,
th-
speaking.
mhm.
Yeah, go
Oh
ahead.
no, no, go on. I was just about done.
I was gonna say, speaking of Falcon and Winter Soldier, that's gonna be coming up, and we have the Snyder
Yeah,
Cut coming up. We got a
yeah,
lot of Godzilla vs Kong. There's so many movies.
exactly. I mean, I
Uh,
don't know how we're gonna do Falcon and Snyder like.
I know they're back
Like
to
I'm
back.
actually gonna have to take notes in all honesty,
I know.
just
Well,
to remember.
especially for the Snyder, that's
Oh
4 hours, dude.
I'm gonna have a paper down. I'm gonna have to write stuff down. And speaking about Snyder Cut, imagine just going on HBO Max, wanting to watch Tom and Jerry, only for the Snyder Cut to be played.
No, people were saying, people were like, now when we all go on March 18th to watch a Snyder Cut, Tom and Jerry's gonna play instead.
That's
I'm
what's
like,
gonna
please,
happen.
no.
That's what's gonna
And then people were like re-editing the trailer to have Tom and Jerry in it instead of like all the DC people. It was fun. It was
happen.
definitely fun.
Yeah, that would
Um,
be funny. I would
yeah,
actually be laughing. I would actually be
that
laughing.
was crazy. That was crazy that
Yeah,
all
no, because
happened.
already leaks are out and all that. I'm like, how did I miss this?
I
I
know,
was at work and I missed it. I was fuming, man. I was so
I
fuming.
know. So was
I
I.
promise you. I
But
promise you. Someone did this on purpose. I promise you. Someone just said, "Hey, you want to watch the Snyder
yeah,
Cut early? Watch Tom and Jerry because no one is watching that." I
to
promise you.
boost the numbers for Tom and Jerry.
Exactly. They
Yeah,
boosted
that's actually
numbers. They
fun.
boosted numbers. They
Oh
said,
my
"Hey,
god.
Tom and Jerry's too low, man. We got to boost numbers. Let's release."
I mean, you never know, man. Yeah, I mean,
True.
but here at
True.
Showmax, we would never do
We
something
would
like that,
never. We would never. Honestly.
I mean, look at us. We take our time. We could have this review up days ago, but we really
Exactly.
had to cement our feelings about this
Exactly.
finale.
Should be honest.
But yeah, so that pretty much wraps us up.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode. And like we said, there will definitely be more, more reviews and all that to come. So
Mhm.
yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Later, guys.